Our ocean's beauty is sublime, but it can also be a nightmarish mystery. Aside from its immeasurable depth, it's also home to eerie, uncanny, and ghoulish creatures and whatnots. Without a doubt, here on Earth you can find the scariest things in the ocean. At least tens of thousands of people are afraid of the deep ocean or suffer from thalassophobia. The fright usually stems from the uncertainty surrounding large bodies of water. But with numerous monstrous-looking creatures, ghostly shipwrecks, and things that are not even supposed to be in the ocean, there's no denying that the ocean can be the most blood-curdling place to be. In this video, we've rounded up 15 scariest underwater creatures that you probably didn't know exist. Let's get started. Number 1. Sarcastic fringehead. Here's a fish with a bad temper and a big mouth who likes to kiss its enemies. Sounds funny? Just wait until you see what they look like. The sarcastic fringehead has a distinct jaw that fans out to the side like an alien creature and attacks anyone from their fellow fringeheads to scuba divers. They're highly territorial, so you might just get surprised by one without doing anything threatening aside from being near. Sarcastic fringeheads are common in the coast of California, specifically Baja. They live 3 to 61 meters in depth, usually in stolen burrows, shells, bottles, literally anywhere they can fit their body in. Number 2. Zombie worms. Several worms love to feast on carcasses on land, for example, the squeamish maggots. Down in the ocean, zombie worms do the work. They suck out the nutrients out of any bones in the sea using feathery plume splay. But that's not the scary bit. The worms you see enjoying their bone buffet are female zombie worms with up to 111 males living inside them. Don't worry, you will not be their next meal until you end up being one of the John Doe skeletons in the ocean. You're also less likely to see one because they live thousands of feet underwater. Number 3. Bobbit worms. Sand strikers or bobbit worms are marine ambush predators with bone-hard grappling hooks and can reach up to a length equivalent to a human's arm. These worms bury themselves in sand or gravel and can grab and drag their prey at 20 feet per second, slicing them in one go using their large spring-like retractable jaw with scissors-like serrated plates. Although they offer no poison or actual harm to us humans, stepping on one can leave significant painful wounds on your legs. If they don't harm you, simply looking at them will give you the creeps. Number 4. Giant squids. It's not a myth, giant squids are real. These elusive giants that can measure up to 59 feet in length and weigh nearly a ton live in inhospitable deep-sea habitats. Because of that, we know very little about them, as researchers only get to study them after they reach the shores dead. But in 2004, Japanese researchers were able to take the first ever image of a live giant squid. 2 years later, scientists in Japan's National Science Museum successfully caught a live 24-foot female giant squid. Number 5. Underwater rivers. Rivers under the sea exist, and they look like a portal to another dimension with the flowing water producing a fog-like barrier. Anatoly Beloshin and his group of divers found the most recent one in Mexico. They called it Cenote Angelita, which flows around 115 feet deep at some places with fresh water and salty water at varying depths, complete with trees and leaves flowing on the seabed. However, the sea rivers phenomena are not something new. There are various underwater rivers worldwide, with the one from the Black Sea being the most famous. The Black Sea River runs at more than 100 meters deep in the ocean, flowing so enormously enough to be considered as the 6th largest river in the world. Despite their ethereal facade, underwater rivers are not a result of paranormal activity. Usually, a specific part of the sea flows and carries a lot of sediments, creating a riverbed or a body of its own, which is the case for the river under the Black Sea. But for Cenote Angelita, scientists believe that the river is a thick layer of hydrogen sulfide from the bacteria decomposing organic matter on the seabed. Either way, these rivers look surreal and as it comes straight from a Stranger Things episode. Number 6. Goblin sharks. There's a dreadful creature Dreading the dark watery abyss, it has a long body, a large nose for preying in the shadows, and sharp teeth. The goblin shark lives in the open ocean near the sea surface up to depths of at least 1,300 meters or 4,265 feet. It can reach up to 10 to 12 feet long and is sluggish until they attack sharply and quickly at 10 feet per second, making them notorious for having the fastest jaws in the ocean. If you ever encounter one, don't blink or you'll be sorry for your dear life. Number 7. Australian box jellyfish. There's no doubt that jellyfish are one of the animals living in the ocean that you want to stay away from. Their stings can be from minor redness, rash to a deadly paralytic effect. If that's not scary enough, the most venomous marine animal is a jellyfish. The Australian box jellyfish, found in warm coastal waters with lethal varieties in the Indo-Pacific region and northern Australia. The box jellyfish has a box-shaped body, hence its name, and tentacles with biological booby traps or dermatocysts, which are tiny darts that can cause paralysis, cardiac arrest, and even death. With their ability to swim fast up to 4 knots and see and target their prey, unlike other species of jellyfish, the box jellyfish is a sophisticated predator you don't want to play with. Number 8. John Doe skeletons. Humans reside above the ocean, on land, but strange enough, there are a lot of skeletons underwater in the deepest and darkest parts of the sea. Many divers have accidentally found remains of John Does, not knowing who they belong to and why or how they end up down there. A group of archaeologists found the oldest underwater skeleton, about 2,100 years old, from the most ancient shipwreck ever known to man, the Antikythera shipwreck, which was believed to have sunk around 65 BC. Number 9. Barrel eye fish. Many compare deep-sea creatures to horrifying extraterrestrial creatures that Hollywood films portray, and the barrel eye fish is no exception, with its transparent head with green and shiny barrel-like eyes. Its face is even more confusing, with the eye-like organs above their tiny mouths being their olfactory organs. They live in a sad area of the ocean, around where the sunlight from the surfaces fades to complete darkness. That's why, when looking for prey, they turn their tubular eyes upwards to see. Number 10. Blobfish. Social media crowned the blobfish as the ugliest fish to ever exist. Their frown and sluggish appearance can haunt your nightmares, but the blobfish only looks that way when it's out of water. This sad-looking fish lives 2,000 to 4,000 feet deep into the ocean, where they look pretty normal. The change in pressure is what makes them lose their shape and end up looking like the blob they are above water. Number 11. Whirlpools. If space has black holes, the ocean has whirlpools. When two opposing currents meet, they form a swirling body of water powerful enough to submerge large ships. But not all whirlpools are devastating robust. Some can be not very powerful and small. Number 12. Chimera. The voodoo doll of the sea, Chimera looks like someone took different fish parts and sewed them up together to make a new one. These tapered black or pale blue fish with smooth skin are closely related to sharks, skates, and rays. However, they have distinctive upper jaws fused to their skull, 4 gills with an external opening, and 3 pairs of large permanent grinding tooth blades. Their large translucent and green eyes are monstrous to look at, but that's just how deep-sea creatures adapt. Number 13. Bermuda Triangle. The list of scariest things in the ocean will not be complete without mentioning the ever-famous Bermuda Triangle, which has consumed more than 50 ships and 20 planes since the mid-19th century. However, do note that despite several conspiracy theories, the triangle's mystery may be due to environmental considerations like Atlantic tropical storms, the Gulf Stream causing rapid and violent weather changes, and islands in the Caribbean Sea that make up for shallow waters dangerous for navigation. Number 14. Vampire squid. Vampire squids are not squids, but are cephalopods, living fossils residing on Earth even before the dinosaurs. It has large blue eyes, an evolutionary wonder adapting to its deep-sea habitat, 8 arms and a curly strand for sensory purposes, and also does not drink blood. Their name comes from their dark-colored skin. Number 15. Great Blue Hole of Belize. What may seem like a circle of void in the middle of the Central American East Coast, the Great Blue Hole of Belize is a wonder to behold. At first glance, it may seem strange and an invitation to eerie feelings, but the hole is a natural marvel that is a sinkhole with surrounding corals and shallow waters, accounting for the perfect sphere and deep cerulean hue. Researchers believe that the Great Blue Hole was a cave before the last glacial period when sea levels were lower, but the rising waters later on filled in the cave, hence its formation. Inside this 410 feet deep sinkhole is huge stalactites, dripstone sheets, and columns, the perfect example of a beautiful mystery. That wraps up the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay notified about our uploads. I'll see you next time. Till then, peace out.